there's a lot of new tools coming out for the everyday athlete and people who still love to move or want to increase their health, increase their performance, to start accessing these things. And now more than ever, I mean, there's just tools available. Maybe one of the first questions I want to ask you guys, as you were coaching at the elite levels, you had access to things that normal people didn't. And I think, people in your shoes were looking for the cutting edge advantage to help their players. What's something that you were using, let's say 10 years ago in that role, that you're now seeing trickle into mainstream health and scalable solutions that you think is a real benefit?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things off the top of my mind. So my first job I mentioned with Minnesota Timberwolves at the time, I think we were the first team in the NBA to use the in-arena cameras to track, and we paid extra to get like the performance metrics. So all the NBA teams got like, dribbling and shooting and percentage, all that, where I was like, whoa, we can get like speed and distance and acceleration. I'm like, yeah, we're paying for that. Like, what are we going to do with it? I'm like, I don't know, but we've never looked at this. And so I think like for us, that was like the first time, like, hey, what is the workload and intensity actually mean? But now, with Whoops and Auras and Apple Watches, like that same idea, it's the same exact concept, has now reached all of us, right? Where it's like, how much have I actually done today? How many steps have I taken? Like the conversation of like, how many steps have you taken? Like that has all changed in the last decade too. I think even from at the highest level of sport, like we're still figuring out, well, how do you use that information to then optimize? And so, of course, like we haven't figured it out at elite sport yet to a T. I don't know if we ever will, but we certainly haven't figured it out. Like, how does the consumer react to that, or what do they do with that information? And that's the piece. Like, if I could sum up the last decade, it's been like we've gotten really good with technology to track things. And that's where we were in pro sport. Like, we can almost track anything we want on an athlete. Same thing as a consumer now, we can almost track anything we want to, but it's what do we do with that information? Like, that's the next frontier, and that I think we're coming up on.